Hi, everyone. This is Angelina Asante. Welcome to Bang a Yui. This is my podcast. Today, I'm very excited to talk with Jay Lawrence. He is the president and CEO of the Florida Stingrays. I bet you all didn't know we even have a football team here in town, but we do, and I'm excited to talk to Jay and learn more about the team and where it's headed. So, hi, Jay. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, hi, Angelina. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Glad to have you. So what's the deal with the football team here? I didn't even know this, and then one day you shared something on your feed, and I said, wait a minute, we have football here? How come I didn't know about it?
Well, it's actually, we've been here for 10 years. We're going into our 10th season this year in Southwest Florida. We're like a minor league adult adult amateur team. We offer opportunities to athletes who are out of high school or out of college to get back into the game that they love. We have been able to really give opportunities to players. We've had a couple of players sign professional contracts and go overseas to play.
Wow.
We've gotten a couple of guys, several guys into colleges, different places. And that's what we really we look to do. The semi-pro type football level like we do kind of has a stigma about it where people kind of think it's kind of like beer league softball, just
right.
like, past athletes getting out there and playing, but it's really not. It's driven guys that are looking, to do something, with the talent that they were given, and a lot of them have messed up. They got in trouble. They did something stupid for whatever reason that, maybe they had that talent, but they didn't get to take advantage of their opportunities with it. And so we take those guys and we help them become better football players, but that's kind of only a part of what we do. We get the guys, our coaches really focus on trying to help these guys become better men. In the community, we do a lot of outreach. In fact, our our slogan is football is just the vehicle. A stronger community is the destination.
Oh, I love
we
that.
Have several different programs that we do to really get ourselves in the community.
So then so how do you find the players? Do they find you, or how do you advertise?
Man, we advertise for them. We contact other coaches in the high schools or that know the guys that might be around. Now that we're, been around for 10 years, we've kind of got a name so people know we're here that are within the football circles. But, I mean, shoot, I was just today went to sign a league agreement with the field to make sure we had a field to play on this year. And one of the guys that was in the barn was, 6'4", big, stocky dude, and I was recruiting him.
Oh, my gosh. So now, this is a weird question, but I guess because I'm a woman, do you all have cheerleaders?
Yeah, we actually have a cheerleading team.
Oh,
this
cool.
is going to be their second year. We got about 20 girls. Yeah, it's
and how
awesome.
do you?
It's headed up.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
How do you get the women? How do you get the women? How the cheerleaders? How would they get a job there?
Well, what we do is, I had a friend, a girl that I went to high school with, and we're friends. And she had a daughter that graduated from college and was coming back home. And I had always had the idea that I want this to be bigger than just the normal, what a lot of people would think semi-pro football is. So I went to her mom and said, hey, do you think Hannah Austin, who is the head cheerleader and she coordinates the team, would want to do it? And she was like all over it. She jumped on and she just started recruiting girls that she knew, from high school cheerleading around here and other girls. And so now we're trying to build that name. And every year there's girls that get out of high school, I'm sure, that want to still be involved in cheerleading, not only the sport of it, but the camaraderie with the other girls.
Right.
And we, as we grow this, we think it's going to be really successful as well, just like the football team has.
That's very cool. So now, where are you guys playing?
Well, right now we have a reservation for Buckingham Park.
Okay.
But we're not set on that field yet. Our first game isn't until February 20th. Because of COVID, our league took a long time to get the schedule out to us.
Okay.
But we do have a field lockdown where we can play, but we do have some irons in the fire of better facilities that we'd really like to play out at a couple of local high schools, in a matter of fact.
Okay, so then I guess my next question is, you update your website so everybody will know, like if I were to buy, are the tickets on sale already or no?
No, we haven't put the tickets on sale yet. They'll be on sale about 2 weeks before the first game.
Okay, so
we're trying to make sure we know where we're going to play before we do that.
Okay, and then is there any pregame activities or what? Tell me what happens during the games. Are there concessions or what's going on during the games?
Yep, we have concessions. We have, it's just like any football game. We're actually. The next step, now that we've got the cheerleading team established, we're looking at putting together a band. I'd like to start it with a drum line just because I love the sound of that in the stands.
Yeah.
But we have halftime shows that will be playing. We're really trying to, we're trying to take it to the next level, but so that we can actually create something totally new here in the coming year.
Well, I will be at the first game. I'm going to buy tickets. I definitely want to be there and see this because I'm excited. When I started looking at your feed, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be there. This sounds really exciting.
Yeah, these guys play hard. They're out there. It's not like they're picking up. Sorry,
that's okay.
It's not like they're picking up the checks or. It's not like they're out there playing for, money. They're either playing for the love. They're all playing for the love of the game, but they're also, a lot of them are striving for something better for themselves.
Well, I love that. I love that whole thing you're doing with the team, that it's more than this for the community. We're trying to do outreach and, build better men. And I don't know. I love all that. Now, what is the deal for sponsorship for the team? You are looking for local sponsors, but there's also an option to buy shares. Could you talk about that?
Absolutely. Well, for the last 10 years, I've been developing a plan to make the Stingrays a community-owned team, kind of like the Packers are in Green Bay. And over the years, the plan has evolved to this year, I actually came across an equity crowdfunding site that allows you, they actually petition the government so that you could raise and start a company off selling stock shares through a crowdfunding platform.
Wow.
And these are real equity stock. Like, you can really make money on the success of the team and the sales and all of that stuff. You can have a voice in this local team. And so we've been putting this together, and the real idea is to create a team. And then we're going to start a whole league of teams that are done the exact same way.
Wow, so this
partially
is
owned by the fans.
This is very cool. I love this whole idea, and I don't know. I could see this being a movement where people are, because to take your family to like an NFL game, the prices are just absolutely ridiculous. So
yeah, absolutely.
This would be nice that the family could actually afford. The tickets are what, $12, right?
Yeah, we're actually, the stock share packages that we're going to be putting together, it's going to be, we're only going to sell 1,000 of these packages. Each package is going to come with 10 shares of stock, 2 season tickets, a polo shirt that says team owner, and a t-shirt that says team owner. And the whole package is only going to be $100 per person.
Oh, I need one. Count me in.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it.
That's the same reaction I've been getting from everybody I explained this to.
Yeah, that's a heck of a deal.
But what we want to do with it, we want to also take this and make something new for, look, I think everybody would agree that college is a great thing, but it's not the greatest thing for everybody coming out of high school.
I agree.
Football is a grueling sport that takes a huge toll on your body. Kids are coming out of high school, they go to these NCAA colleges, and some of them go on to be an NFL player, Some of them go on to be a star in college, get their degree, and they end up selling cars.
Yep.
What I want to do is take those athletes, the elite players out of high school, allow them to make a salary while they're, getting paid to do what they do, take advantage of endorsement deals. I mean, you can imagine what the number one recruit could get in endorsements if he was allowed to get them going to colleges.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What we want to do is give them a salary, give them the endorsements, but also give them an education, but give them a choice of education. If this plan goes the way we have it set up to go, we'll be able to offer these kids, if they want to come here to play, they can get a salary, they can get endorsements like cars and whatever. They can also get education, and we can send them to FGCU if they want. We can go to Hodges, a tech and trade school. Maybe they want to go to a culinary school or a ministry. It doesn't matter. Whatever their career path that they want to go after, we can help them do that as they're a professional athlete, so they have something to fall back on. Maybe those years from 18 to 22 could be made making a little bit of a nest egg on this talent that they have that, maybe they'll blow out a knee in 3 years and they've got, thank God they were able to make that money in that time,
I love that. And I went to trade school. I went to a high school that was a trade school, and it gave me a great foundation. I did wind up going to college, but I know a lot of people who just left the trade school and are doing exceptionally well, and they never went to college. So I think absolutely. We're doing a real disservice, I think, to the next generation by saying college is the only way. First of all, I know a lot of very successful people who didn't go to college. And second of all, I know a lot of idiots who are not really contributing to society who went to college. So I love this idea, and I think we should be really promoting trade schools. They're great.
Yeah, absolutely. And nobody's doing it, because from the time you start school, everybody tells you, you don't go to college, you're never going to be anything. If you don't go to college, you're never going to be anything.
That's true. And you could tell my neighbor in his fancy house down the road who's a plumber, it just is really funny. I think this guy, he is a hard worker, and man, I'll tell you what, he's got a nice house.
Yeah, one of the biggest donors we have, one of the biggest, really givers in the community that I know, his name is Scott Friga from Friga Time. Yeah, what's he do? He builds houses, he has several companies set up to do roofing and all this stuff. He's going to be all right, but, he didn't start off with, a lot of people would be better off to go $40,000 or whatever, $100,000 in debt trying to start a business and get it up and running.
Yep.
Than they are spending that at college and getting a degree they're not going to do anything with.
Right. And I can tell you, my degree is pretty useless now. I have a bachelor's degree in business, and honestly, if I tried to get a real job right now, I would not be a very good candidate because people don't want that degree anymore.
Oh, jeez.
So it's all right. I'll be okay, Jay. Don't worry about me. I'm going to come try out to be a cheerleader. No, you don't want to see that. I have no coordination. You'd be laughing very hard.
Yeah, but we can always use a pretty face.
Oh, thank you. So there was one other question I wanted to ask you. So as far as how many games do you play a year?
We play 10 games, 5 home, 5 away, plus the playoffs, which we normally make.
So now your league, where is it? Just Floridians, or where do you go for your other when you travel?
Yeah, the league that we're in right now is the FFA, the Federal Football Alliance. It's mostly within the state of Florida. I believe the Northern Division has a team in Georgia, but all of our teams will play Miami and Tampa mostly, and then when we get to the championship, we'll play somebody from the Northern Division.
Wow,
there's 20 teams in the league.
So I'm very excited talking to you. I'm so glad you agreed to do the show. There is one thing you told me the other day that kind of blew my mind. I didn't know this, but you have written a book. Is it done?
Well, yeah, actually, I'm a part of a book.
Oh, okay.
I'm one of 30 or 29 stories but some of the people that are in there are like Rocky Blyer, who used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The guy who invented